Everybody here is learning either to become a spirit worker, has had a long history in spiritual development, and has a diverse understanding of the natural gifts that come in at certain points in your lifetime. As those gifts unveil, there is always challenges with each and every gift. A gift is a gift. It's come to you naturally. It comes to you as something that is beautiful about your personality and is beautiful about who you are. But with every gift, there is a challenge. And we think that that challenge comes after the gift. Like you have the gift of clairvoyancy. And so it would be easy to assume that the challenge is to become a very good clairvoyant. But what we don't have, which is what this coursework is about, is an understanding of how to heal the challenges that caused the gifts that opened up for you. It is through trauma, and trauma is real. And in this course, we're not talking about the kind of trauma that comes from being unhappy when you're growing up. We live in a world where there are people that are trafficked and sold, where young girls are taught to use their body and their sexuality to make money. And it's more common than you would think. We live in a world where being born as a witch or a bruja or a spirit worker for many people was so demonized that lots of people that are spiritual workers have lost contact with their entire family or have literally been raised to believe that their gifts to speak with the spirits is somehow innately wrong. These things, when you're growing up as a child, have to have a place to have freedom to be in the light. And when you don't have freedom to be in the light, the world creates various sets of challenges to drive you closer and closer to accepting who you really are. We're talking about the kind of trauma that comes from having alcoholic parents, drug addicted parents, parents who are in and out of prison, people who have experienced being kidnapped, abandoned, or who have gone through some sort of physical abuse. These things cause the awakening of the need to speak with spirits and also the need to go off at a young age and to try to develop an understanding of something more beautiful than the shitty life that you were handed. Every spirit worker has a gift. And you're not going to be a spirit worker or a witch or a brujo who hasn't come from some sort of set of abandonment, isolation, torture, sex trafficking, or trauma. That trauma lives in your body and works itself in a cycle, and then therefore causes addiction. Addictive patterns are really common with spiritual workers, not only because they're trying to cope from the traumas that they've experienced, but because they are also completely addicted to helping others get over what they overcame themselves. And it is that cycle of addiction that we are going to go to work on helping you clear up. Because if you're a student, you're on the path towards that addictive cycle, and your power as a spirit worker will be limited because you will, as you've learned in our last previous work, you will project on your clients, or you will get into an addictive cycle where you absolutely let go of the things that are healthy for you in order to help other people who are struggling. That's why you have relationship problems. That's why spiritual workers have a hard time finding good, intimate partnerships that they can grow and develop. And it's why people have to do certain things in order to cope with the immense stress of seeing the spirit realm all around them. The anxiety and the depression gets cleaned up with initiation. But this course is for people who are well past that point and are very aged and developed in what they do and have nobody who can take them to that next level of healing. The cycle of abuse begins with looking at where you enable the addictive patterns inside of other people by trying to help them, and where you get trapped up in it with food addiction, sex addiction, maybe drug addiction. Most spiritual workers are pretty much past that, but you never know, right? If that's what's there for you, that's what's there for you. Or the very hidden and seemingly unresolvable pattern of having your spiritual practice be a practice that has become something that forces you into caring for those who will not care for themselves. That is what we're going to go to work on healing with this. And the reason why we're focusing this course on spirit workers is because there is something really unique about what it is to be able to speak with a higher force and to see things that are above and beyond common sense. That gives us a lot of power to help you heal. And it's a field of people that nobody else is servicing, that no therapist can understand, no psychologist can understand, only a master of the spirit realm can understand and help get you there. But it's a field that hasn't been touched by anybody yet. And so combined with the knowledge of my years as a movement instructor and my knowledge of how the hormones, the pheromones, and the cycles in the physical body manifest blockages to your spiritual health. Wherever you are bound up in that place where you cannot imagine that that thing can be healed and become good for you, we are going to bust through that. In these next 13 weeks, we have bound together our combined 50 years of experience to bring you into a space where you're going to confront and overcome what you thought was never possible. But it is possible with the understanding of how the body works, along with how the spirit works. And so we're going to share with you. This course is going to be a little less us telling you what to do, and it's going to be more about working with you and teaching you to really slowly bring out the most beautiful, natural, and archaically wild self, your natural self, and to begin to slowly contain it so that you can become the most powerful spiritual worker that you can be for other people. The thing is that some of us as spiritual workers have come to believe this very bullshit lie. And that lie is that you have to give up love, intimacy, and connection in order to serve others. This is a sacrifice that does not need to be made. It just hasn't been able to be cultivated by hundreds of thousands of people who are very dedicated to their spirits and very dedicated to their practice, have never had somebody who can help them as a spirit worker. When a cycle is broken, you can engage in all sorts of things without having that re-trigger the cycle. And to be liberated and to be free, to have reached those higher heights, is the gift that we are promising you will be fulfilled with. And at the end of our journey, you will find yourself completely mesmerized with who you are, what you can have overcome, and to ignite the joy of being a spirit worker, a caballero de misterio, or a brujo, or a witch, to be completely in the joy and love of why you began your practice in the first place. And imagine being healed, and imagine like no more work needing to be done on yourself. Imagine coming into your spiritual development ready to grow for growth's sake and to not have anything else to heal anymore. And to engage in the mystical quest for the purpose of the mystical quest. And to have that natural love and inspiration and ecstasy of life. To be able to share some of it with your clients without being worried about whether if it works or not. Being able to give it to the people that you love in your life. To have a mate. To have a partner. This work we are going to unveil for you. We invite you into it. If you would like to participate in this course and you are somebody who's a practicing spirit worker, you can attend the conversation call with us. You can reach out to help@templedelaluna.com. Book a session with us, and we will guide you as to whether or not you're ready for this particular coursework. We look forward to slamming it and to making miracles happen. This is Priestess Shoshana, and with Temple de la Luna. God bless.